presents Journey of the Gay Athlete.
My name is Robbie Rogers. I'm from Huntington Beach, California. I'm a soccer player, play for the Los Angeles Galaxy. I'm the middle child of my family. I have two older sisters, a younger sister and a younger brother. All very close, but growing up we were just like causing trouble with each other and picking on each other. But I think that's normal in a big family. My sisters played football when I was really young. So, I said I started playing when I was 5, but my mom and dad would probably say I started even before then. I was 3 and 4 out in the field, just watching them kicking the ball around. And so I've always just played. And then probably around 14, 15 was when I realized, maybe go to college and get a scholarship, or, how amazing it would be to be professional. But I thought, okay, I'm decent at this, and, I love it, so I'm going to try to, go for it. And that's when I started playing probably every day with, a club team. And then when I was 15, 16, I actually started training with the Galaxy. That was kind of my first taste of professional soccer. High school for me was fun, but obviously holding something like that in where you're different than people and you're afraid to tell them, you can't quite enjoy everything. You can't take in all the emotion that you should as a teenager. So, there was times where I really enjoyed high school, and there was times where I was miserable. I was trying to think of when was the first time I realized I was gay. I would say for sure I knew I was when I was about 13, 14. But I realized, thinking back in my past, that I was always very sensitive to the word, homo, fag, gay, anything like that. It really turned me the wrong way, and I always knew it was an offensive word, and I just didn't like that word. So I must have known when I was younger than that. I must have known when I was really young. But I would say 8th grade, 9th grade is when I really realized okay, this is gonna be tough. Even before high school level, I always heard homophobic things in locker rooms, on soccer fields, before training, after training, whether it was joking or whether it was malicious. I just heard so many different things that scarred me and made me think that there's no chance I'm ever gonna come out, ever, to anyone. So that's probably why, again, I kept it in for so long, and that's why I didn't tell anyone. Not very many gay men and women around me growing up. Subconsciously, I always wanted to be a bit farther from my family. Just there was no questions. Even though I wasn't dating anyone, or I wasn't going out to those kind of clubs, I subconsciously thought that if I was away, it'd be easier. So I went to University of Maryland, played in Holland, Columbus, London. Realizing I was gay didn't mess with anything that I was doing at the time. So that's obviously why, another reason why I just really kept it in. It was because of soccer, because of where I was going to school, because of where I was from, because of, our religion, because of just so many different reasons. So that was tough. My overcome situation was probably always just trying to be nice to people and always trying to get everyone to like me and to be, the nice guy. And it was tough for me to get really close with people because a lot of times I just would rather not spend time with people, not go to dinner with people, not go to a bar with people, just because I was I don't want to have to avoid questions. When I was 23, I started really thinking about it a lot, okay, I'm miserable, I need to do something, I'm not enjoying this. I wasn't really enjoying soccer at the time because I was so miserable off the field. But so probably when I was 23, 24, I was I need to do something. That's when I moved to England. When I moved to London, it was actually kind of when I really found myself. And I know if I come out, I'm not gonna be able to play soccer. So what else am I gonna do then? And I think when I was in London, I just realized there's just so much to this world. There's so many great things, and there's so much that I could try to do. So I have to change something. So it's kind of just getting the courage then to tell my family. When I decided I was going to come out to my family, I decided that I was just going to be who I am and not pursue soccer anymore. I thought that was it. That didn't want to deal with coming out and being a puppet. I was really afraid to go back in the locker room and be in a stadium and be in that environment. At that point, I decided that, okay, my relationships, my family is more important to me than the sport that I play. I was so fearful of just get those words out to my family. It's been about a year, actually, since I told my sister on Skype when I was living in London, and what I did was I have to talk to you. I was talking to her on Skype, and I was I sent her, I'm sending you an email, I want you to read it, and I want you to call me back. So I sent her this long email. I don't even know if she read the whole thing, but she called me back in 40 seconds a minute. It seemed like she didn't hang up. I wrote that like a few weeks before, and then to know like she was reading it at that time, and then when she called me back, I was like, oh my gosh. Like it's ringing. I was like, okay, like this is it. My oldest sister, she's kind of like the alpha female of the family. We're very close, you know, we talk all the time. Even when I was in Columbus, wherever I was, we would talk all the time. I knew that she would be all right with it and that she would like kind of help me along the way. And that's exactly what she did. She was like, all right, well, what's next? Like, who do you want to tell next? How do you want to do it? Like, do you want to tell grandma and grandpa? Do you want to, you know, all that stuff. So she, you know, I just told her first because she is just a really strong character, and I knew that she would help me. I told my mom next. I was probably most afraid to tell my mom. So that was a good one to get over, to get past. But she actually made me cry because she was so supportive and just like, you know, I don't care, I just love you so much, and I'd love if you could come home soon. Yeah, I'm sure she's kind of not struggled with it, but like, because again, she's a very devout Catholic, so she's like, okay, what does this mean? And after I came out to her, I'm sure the next few weeks she was like, okay, well, this kind of questions my beliefs. I love writing. It's very therapeutic. You know, you learn things about yourself when you just start writing, and things kind of unravel, and you dig deeper and deeper, and you realize why you're certain ways or why you struggle with certain things. One of my friends told me I start writing, so I just was sitting in bed and I wrote, not thinking that I was going to post at the time, and I sat on my desktop for a while. But I just thought, okay, I'm not going to do anything until a bunch of people find out, and then people ask me, and then I'll make, you know, a statement. So I was sitting in my flat in London, and I was with some friends, and they're just like, I told them about it and asked them what they thought I should do. They didn't think it was a big deal, and these guys, they're not soccer players. They don't really know what it means to be an openly gay athlete, I guess. I let them read the letter, and they're like, oh, this is really great, this is a really good letter. Maybe they just said that. But I just sent it, and I think I posted like on my Facebook thing, and then closed my laptop, like turned off my phone, and just like went out with my friends, and then that was it. The next chapter. For the past 25 years, I've been afraid to show whom I really was because of fear. Fear that judgment and rejection would hold me back from my dreams and aspirations. Fear that my loved ones would be fatherless from me if they knew my secret. Fear that my secret would get in the way of my dreams. Dreams of going to World Cup, dreams of the Olympics, dreams of making my family proud. What would life be without these dreams? Could I live a life without them? Life is only complete when your loved ones know you, when they know your true feelings, when they know who and how you love. Life is simple when your secret is gone. Gone is the pain that lurks in the stomach at work, the pain from avoiding questions, and at last the pain from hiding such a deep secret. Secrets can cause so much internal damage. People love to preach about honesty, how honesty is so plain and simple. Try explaining to your loved ones after 25 years you are gay. Try convincing yourself that your Creator has the most wonderful purpose for you, even though you were taught differently. I always thought I could hide the secret. Football was my escape, my purpose, my identity. Football hid my secret, giving more joy than I could have ever imagined. I'll always be thankful for my career. I will remember Beijing, the MLS Cup, and most of all, my teammates. I will never forget the friends I have made along the way, the friends that supported me once they knew my secret. Now is my time to step away. It's time to discover myself away from football. So I have a love-hate relationship with soccer. I love it because, I've done it my whole life, and it's what brought me so much joy. And when I was on the field, actually playing, you forget about it. And you're judged for what you do on the field. But then also there's everything around football, the politics. There's the locker room that, when I was younger, before I came out, really hurt me. The stadiums where, especially in England, you hear the most homophobic things. Racist, homophobic, any of that stuff. And it's because of the things that I heard in locker rooms and things I heard in stadiums and things I heard in soccer fields. That's what really made me think that, okay, if I come out, I'm done with soccer. And I'm sure that's what a lot of athletes think, because of the things that they hear. It's not things that athletes make up. There's an actual fear there. A lot of people ask me, like, you should go back, and now you're still only 25. So at first I was just like, gosh, people want so much. Like, you come out to the public to kind of, you know, get some stuff off your chest, but it ends up helping people, and then now they want you to go back, and once you go back, they want you to do this and this, but eventually, I felt like, okay, I can go back and, you know, help people, and I wouldn't have to necessarily talk as much as I could just kind of play soccer, and that would be a statement in itself. I kept my secret because I thought I couldn't be both a soccer player and, you know, a gay athlete. As crazy as I figured that out, that's not true. I decided I could do both. Well, I decided that I was gonna do both. I didn't know if I was, you know, gonna be accepted or what. But there was a few different things. After I came out publicly, there was just like thousands and thousands of emails I received from like people from all walks of life all around the world. Mostly gay, but a lot of straight people as well. People just like could relate to my story. People that were struggling in their own way. A lot of kids that were like, you know, I've been, you know, thinking a bit suicidal, and you know, I read your letter, and you know, I want to do this, this, and this now. And that wasn't my motivation at all, or my intentions. Like for me, it was very selfish, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. So I was like, okay, I need to do this. So that was motivating. And then the first day I went back to Galaxy and I trained. I was like, okay, like, you know, I should do this. I still love it, and I miss it. And I think a lot of people's heroes play in these sports. So I'm hoping that you know, more athletes will feel more comfortable to come out. I couldn't imagine now, like, ever going back to how it was before. I mean, that would be just miserable. So, again, I feel bad for people that, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because it took me so long, but I feel bad for people that still live that way. There's no wrong or right way of coming out, but for me, it was totally different. I was just like, no, I'm going to do this on my terms. Like, this is my life, and this is something that's very personal to me. So anything that I do, I'm going to do because I want to. I think a lot of our society thinks that gay men aren't masculine. And I think sports are very, very masculine, you know, and anything that isn't masculine doesn't fit into that place, doesn't, you know, it doesn't mesh well with that world. That's what people think. So people have these stereotypes that athletes are supposed to be a certain way, this, but it's just not true. We come from all walks of life, all different colors, different religions, different sexual orientation. You know, there's probably tons of other gay athletes out there, just not out ones. Any of those label stereotypes that people slap on different people, whether it be race or sex or, you know, sexual orientation or any of that stuff, I just want that to go away. So I know that probably won't happen in the near future, but hopefully in the near future, if athletes decide they want to come out. You know, I'm not pressuring anyone, because it took me so long, so again, I don't want to be a hypocrite in that way, but it would be nice if some could come out and start to move things forward.